Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bee. We're going to see how quickly I can get through this video because my sweatshirt is really ugly, but I am really cold in my t-shirt. So, this is an intro to a new project pan. I am turning 30 in a little over 2 years, almost exactly 2 years in a month. From the day that I'm filming, I will be turning 30 years old. So I decided, as every 27, 28-year-old project panner seems to do, that I wanted to do the 30 by 30 project pan. And the way that I wanted to approach this project pan is to focus it around items that I have a tendency to want to save for special occasions. I don't think sometimes that my day-to-day life is worth these items, which is silly. Especially looking at some of these items, things like skincare and hair care. The way you get results with those is to be consistent in using them, and that includes your everyday life. So I have 30 items picked out. We'll talk through them. It'll be sad on the day that these products leave my collection, but it will be a lot less sad to finish them up and have that satisfaction of knowing that I got my money's worth out of them versus eventually having to get rid of them anyway, but tossing out half the product because it went bad on me. And though I can't see the future, right now I am in a position where I could replace these products. Yeah, it might hurt a little bit, but it would not cause me any real financial burden if I decided that that particular nail polish was so irreplaceable in my life that, yeah, once it was gone, I did need to repurchase it. So my thought was, I will work on using up these products, I will get my enjoyment out of them, and you know what? On my 30th birthday, if there is something in here that is so wonderful, so perfect that I must replace it, well, I'll have a great excuse to do so. So let's get into the products. I have some items that are going to be a usage goal and some items that I am working towards hitting pan or finishing completely. So let's start with just the big stuff that's sitting on top. So first up, we have this Tula, the Cult Classic Purifying Cleanser. I got this through a FabFitFun box. It is not a price that I would be willing to pay in general for a cleanser. And that makes me think that I need to actually get myself to use this rather than just hoard it in my bathroom cabinet for the next 2 years. So this is a big guy. I have not used it yet. This is 200 mils or 6.7 ounces. So I'm not ready to open this yet, but I am looking forward to using that. The next item is another pretty big one. This is from dpHue. It is their Color Fresh Dry Texture Spray. I have used this a few times, but I really have not made a dent in it. I tend to use this just as a dry shampoo. It smells nice. A lot of the products in this project I've gotten through like Influenster or BuzzAgent or something like that, and I will list that down in the description box because I don't want to get in trouble for not disclosing, but at the same time, it's a little bit obnoxious to hear, I got this from Influenster 12 times in a video. So I will actually set this out and start using it regularly now. I think that would be good progress. The only other hair care bit that I have in this project is from Alterna. This is their Caviar Anti-Aging Invisible Roller Spray. I use this as a heat protectant. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with this, but I know that I tend not to use it, and I tend to use my Pantene heat protectant more often just because it's cheaper, and I think that I'm saving this for some special day in the future where I'm apparently going to use up 5 fluid ounces of heat protectant on this special occasion. Next, we have another new completely new, unopened product. This is from Pharmacy. This is their Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. This is a 1.7 fluid ounce, so I think that once I actually open this, it should go, I mean, not quickly. I'm sure it will last me months, but in the scope of a 2-year-long project pan that has quite a bit of makeup in it, I think this will be one of the more doable products. Keeping with skincare, next up we have a little guy. This is from 111 Skin, and this is their Nocturnal Eclipse Recovery Cream. I don't know what this is. I think this is just a nighttime moisturizer, but I know that 111 Skin is ridiculously expensive. They seem to kind of strike an odd mixture of being both very, very expensive and actually available through legitimate retailers and showing up at ridiculously reduced price in subscription boxes. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I have this. I've been hoarding it because it's too nice for me to use apparently. And in this project, that's going to be one of my tasks, is to use those products rather than just let them go bad in a drawer. Next up, we have probably one of the more difficult skincare products to get through. This is from Purely. This is their Pumpkin and Ginger Detoxifying Charcoal Mask. Now, I have used this maybe 3 times, I would say, and I'm right about here in the package. So there are definitely many uses left in this, and because this is a mask treatment, it's not something that I'm going to use, daily the way that I would the cleanser. My skin has not been in good enough shape for really any kind of mask recently, but hopefully that will be getting better, and I'm looking forward to using this. I did really like it those 3 or so times that I've used it, but I've owned it for probably close to 6 months at this point, and I've used it 3 times. Next, we have a lotion. This is a hand lotion from Tokyo Milk. This is the Heart and Soul scent in a 1. This is quite a large hand cream. This is 2.7 ounces, so it will last me quite a while. And I love the idea of Tokyo Milk. I'm not sure I love the scent of this though, which is a little bit disappointing. But I do want to use it up. I think that this is a nice quality hand cream, and I think that this is the perfect project to get some use on it. And I think the last sort of skincare or body care bit is just this little guy from Farsali. This is their Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. So I guess this could have been put in the makeup category as well. I have used this a couple of times. It is just a really thick serum. It's not the kind of thing that I would think you should put in a dropper format because it doesn't really drop out. It's a little bit too thick for that. But it does feel nice on the skin. And I mean, let's be real, to get to 30 items, I had to pad it out just a little bit with some items that I would be a little bit more okay with using up. And, having some little mini guys in there definitely does not hurt. It will be nice to see some progress before, April 2023. I decided to put 2 fragrances in. So first we have this Gucci Rollerball. This is the scent Memoire Juno d'Air. It is a lovely sort of tea scent. I feel like this would be great for fall and winter in particular, but it's very light, and I don't want to say pretty because this is very definitely a good gender neutral scent, but it's just light enough that I feel like it could work pretty well for all seasons. So I think that will be nice to work on. Additionally, I have a full-size perfume. This is again from Tokyo Milk, and this is their scent 20,000 Flowers Under the Sea. and I do like this scent. It's quite lovely, and for me, I think that this almost feels more luxe than the Gucci one does because I just love the aesthetic of this so much. I love the bottle, I love the illustration. It's just so cute. I'm very, very happy with this. But I still want to get use on it. Just being happy with it is not an excuse to never use something and hoard it for a decade. So I also decided to add 2 nail polishes into this project. These are both indie or boutique nail polish brands. They're a little bit more pricey. So first we have a polish from Sundays. This is number 35. It is a navy with a little bit of a greenish undertone to it. It is really a lovely, lovely shade. I actually wear this pretty often, and I'm looking forward to continuing to wear it quite often over these next 2 years. By the way, everything we've talked about so far, my goal is going to be to finish. The usage goals really only come in with makeup. Probably should have said that before I'd been filming for 17 minutes, but you know. And then the other nail polish I have is from the brand People of Color, and this is the shade Anacauna, and it is a gold flaky polish with a clear base. This is super, super beautiful, and actually it goes over this navy quite nicely. So I could make some good progress in a single manicure on both of the nail polishes in this project. So I think that wraps it up for the non-makeup items. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break to just put things away, and then we will go through the makeup. Okay, so we're back. With makeup, let's start with lip products, and my goal for all six lip products that we're going to be talking about today is to finish them. So first up, we have this YSL, what is this called? The Slim Lipstick. I have mine in the shade 1966, and it is this matte red with sort of an orangish undertone to it. It's quite pretty. It's very bold. And I mean, the packaging on this is stunning. Very happy with that. Let's just keep with really crazy fancy red lipsticks. Next up, we have my Rouge Dior 999 Satin Lipstick. This is my favorite lipstick. I adore this. And because of that, I want to get really, really good use out of it. So the tones on these 2 lipsticks are actually pretty similar. I think you can see there's a little bit more of sort of a cayenne to the YSL, and in comparison, the Dior looks to have a little bit of pink to it, though I find that this does not pull pink on me at all. The biggest difference between the 2, though, would be that the YSL is very matte, while the Dior has a bit more shine to it. And they are both gorgeous. I also want to work on my other Dior lipstick, which is the shade Nude Look. This is one of their matte lipsticks. And I have made a pretty decent little dent in this, I would say. This also would have had the word Dior embossed on it, but I've worn that away. This is a really pretty peachy nude. Definitely something that I could wear for every day. Definitely something that I find reasons not to wear for every day because this is a $35 lipstick. So, excellent candidate for this project, eh? Another pricier lip product. This is the Fenty Beauty Cream in Fenty Glow. This is the Gloss Bomb Cream, sorry. in Fenty Glow. I actually don't think I've even swatched this before. It's a giant doe foot. Oh, that's pretty. Good. That'll be very everyday friendly. Nice and glossy, quite full color. Pretty. Excellent. And then another kind of everyday lip color is from Misho. This is the shade Madam. And I don't even think this is a particularly expensive lip product, but because it looks pretty in this gold packaging, it still somehow ended up in my, I need to save this, I must hoard it rather than use it, which, very, very silly. I don't know why reflective gold plastic does that to me, but here's that color. It's sort of a plummy mauve shade. It's very pretty. This has more of a tinted lip balm format. I would say that it's definitely on the very tinted side of tinted lip balm, but a little bit more glossy than your standard lipstick. I think that I will really enjoy working on this. And then finally we have just a mini lipstick. This is from Pat McGrath. This is the shade Elson 2. And this is bright. Like, I mean, look at that. It's actually not looking that much bolder than, say, the Dior lipstick in the swatch, but it is a lot more pigmented. This is just crazy full-on color. It also pulls a little bit more orange on my lips than I think it looks in the swatch. It's a very pretty lipstick. It's not a super easy to wear lipstick because it is so pigmented. It tends to get everywhere. I'm actually wearing another mini Pat McGrath lipstick today. This is in the shade Executive Realness, and I've had to blot this down more than once to get it to a point where I don't feel like I'm just leaving a little trail of berry around my house. This red will probably take a little bit of babysitting. So I didn't really fully comprehend that I'd put 3 red lipsticks into this project, but I guess it's a good thing that this is a 2-year-long project because I really do want to finish all 3 of these before my 30th birthday. Let's transition to face products. The first is another mini. This is from MAC. This is another one that I picked just to pad out my 30, but this is a Studio Fix powder foundation sample in the shade NC20. I have used this a few times. It works okay for me. I don't think the color match is fabulous, but it's not awful either. I mean, I think they had like 4 options in their free sample gift with purchase, so I would say that works okay. I just want to get use out of this. I don't know why MAC seems like a brand that I could never directly purchase something at regular price from, but in my head, for some reason, it still is, so I want to actually use this sample instead of saving it for a rainy day. Also, I want to work on the Balm Girls Getaway trio. Now, I will likely end up revising some of my usage goals as I get further into this project and just understand how my usage is starting to pan out. But my first step with all of these is to get to 100 uses. Now, currently, I am sitting at 32 uses on this trio, and that means that I'll need to get 68 more uses to hit that first goal. Once I've done that, I suspect that I will decide on a pan in here that I would like to hit. But for right now, let's focus on just getting this up to 100 uses. Next, we have a Luxie highlighter. This is the shade White Noise, and I think I want to get this, I want to hit pan in this, I think will be my goal. It is this very beautiful, it looks white in the pan and then it turns quite golden when you swatch it out, but a very white gold. It's very pretty. It's what I have on my cheeks today, though I feel like it's not really showing up very well at this point. Maybe it's worn off through the course of the day. I mean, clearly you can build this up to a lot of color, and I've not used this on my eyes before. I feel like that would actually be really pretty. And something I should probably do if I want to hit pan in this product. Two more cheek products, and they are both minis from NARS. First, we have Laguna. This is the birthday gift from 2021 at Sephora. So just a mini, but there is a swatch of it. I would like to finish this off. You would think that 2 years to finish off a mini bronzer would be a gimme, but I don't know. Me and bronzer, man. That might be a harder product than you would think. And then this I am wearing today. This is Orgasm, again from NARS. This is another mini. And, I mean, it's NARS Orgasm. It's a classic. It's something that I'd wanted for years. Like, years. Probably, well, actually, certainly over a decade. And I want to get good use out of it because it actually turned out to really work out for me. I had questioned if it would. It turns out to really be a lovely, lovely color on me. So I think that wraps it up for face products. What we have left is just eyeshadow. So first up, we have a product that I just like to hit pan on. This is a Natasha Denona single eyeshadow. I got this as a gift with purchase at Sephora, and this is in the shade Camel. I just want to hit pan in this. I think that will actually take a lot of usage because I think I'm at around 30 uses on this shadow right now, and there is not a dip. There is a little bit of obvious usage in that you can sort of see that there are brush marks on it, but no real progress has been made here. And then for other eye products, first we have another really pricey little number. This is from Armani Beauty, and it's their eye tint in the shade Gold Ashes. I'm also wearing this today. It's what I have as my brow bone highlight, and I would like to finish this over this 2-year project. That'll be one that I'll be really sad to see go, but I want to get use on it rather than just hoard it. Another one that I want to put in this project are my Tarte foil finger paints. I have just this trio. I think my goal with this one will be to hit pan on one of the shades, whichever one. I mean, this is gone, so I have the more brown shade and then the silver. They're both gorgeous. I wasn't intending on swatching, so I didn't actually, get out, make a makeup wipe or anything, but I mean, look at those. Aren't those beautiful? I mean, these are cream products. I know that they will not be good forever, and I would be devastated if I had spent the money on these, didn't use them, and then eventually had to just declutter these gorgeous, gorgeous shades. Next, we have my little Pat McGrath palette. This is very messy. It does not clean up nicely, but the inside is beautiful. This is the Sublime palette. I think my goal with this one is going to be to get to 100 uses. I'm currently sitting at 10. Yeah, I've owned this for, I think, 4 months at this point, and I've used it 10 times, which is so silly. I think there's probably a couple times in there that I'm just not counting for some reason, that I've just forgotten to mark down, but still, ridiculous. Look at those colors. We're transitioning to the inside of my wrist. Aren't those lovely? Especially in fall, I can see myself wearing these shades so often. Beautiful. And then the final little category that we're going to be talking about are my Viseart Petite Pro palettes. I have Petite Pro 1, Petite Pro 2, and Petite Pro 3. Now I think I've got shades pulled from some of these in my Panda's eyeshadows, but here is what one looks like. My goal with all three of these palettes is going to be to get up to 100 uses, and I'm currently sitting at 0 on this one because I've been hoarding it instead of using it. Why? Your guess is as good as mine, really. The Petite Pro 2 is the one that I've owned for the longest, and it is also the one that I've used the most, but using it the most is not a huge feat here because I've used this 34 times. There's also a light sort of rosy taupe shimmer shade in here, which is very pretty. I do like that the color schemes on these three palettes are all quite distinct. And the third one, I have used this Viseart Petite Pro 3 31 times, so I will need to use it 69 more times to get it up to 100 uses. And here's what that looks like. There is additionally a sort of deep matte brown with some reddish undertones that usually lives right here. So I definitely have my work cut out for me. My plan for this project is just to do bi-monthly updates. So my first update would be in May for the first year, and then hopefully as we get well into 2023, I will start seeing a little bit more progress every month, and it'll make more sense to do monthly updates. When exactly that transition will take place, I don't know. I was kind of thinking right around my birthday, which would be April 13th of 2023, but we'll play it by ear. That's a long way away. The finale will be on or around April 13th of 2024, which will be my 30th birthday, and I think that about wraps things up. I'm really excited for this project. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll definitely be a little bit of a slog at first, just to see any progress on some of these really big items, but I just need to keep in mind that there's 2 years. That's a lot of time. It'll be slow going at first, but I'm looking forward to seeing some progress. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, and you want to follow along on this very long project pan, I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing. I'd love to have you. Thanks again, and I really hope that I will see you all next time. Bye!